Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I think we have worked through technical difficulties with the help of the most amazing tech team available. That is Sharonda and Joy. I tried to go live a couple of times. I don't think you could hear me. Now, at their direction, I know that I must wait a few minutes before really getting into the meat of it. So give me a second, and I'm going to share this to my own page, and I'm going to share a little caption. The point of today is I'm going to say something like, I'm sharing information about the 11th Annual Warriors Convention. And then I'll say visit www.sicklecellconvention.org to register, access the scholarship application, and learn more. There we go. Look at me multitasking. All right, that should be on my Facebook page now. Okay. Should I give it another moment before we jump and dive right in? Maybe you all behind the scenes can give me, yes, okie dokie, then that is what I'll do. And instead, I will say hello to everyone. Hope everybody is doing very, very well. I have not been, oh my goodness, I have had a journey. I went to this event and I wore a mask because I told everybody, I think I'm getting a little cold. Then it ended up being pneumonia. Then it ended up being acute chest. And then I went into a crisis, and it was like 3 readmits back to back. I know that hospital was so sick of me. And then when they sent me home that third time, it was too soon. And Dominique Goodson says, wait, you let them discharge you without consulting your hematologist? And I was like, I sure did. That was really dumb. But as soon as I got home, I was like, I could tell it was too soon. But I pushed through. I was not about to do a third or fourth direct readmit. Do as I say, not as I do, because that was dumb. Pulmonary things, y'all, you guys know the drill. Pulmonary and head and chest, you go. You don't question it. You go, let them look at you. So I always advise people not to play with your head or your chest. Parents of warriors, you just, the head and the chest. I know that there are actual doctors out there that encourage warriors not to go to the hospital when you're in pain. I don't agree with that. I can't see you telling any other medical condition, deal with it at home. Because how do we know? You know what I mean? Like, I'm very trained in this, but I have also confused what I thought was something minor, and it ended up being something much more major. I thought I had maybe a bone infarct, and it ended up being acute chest and just weird stuff. Anyway, I think I have waffled on long enough. If you hear her, my little granddaughter is behind me. All right. So I am going to, I'm here right now to talk to you all about, baby girl, I am live. I can't pick you up because you're a minor. I don't like sharing minor faces. Shh, you got to go to Nana. She's coming to her features now. And so if you come to convention, you'll probably meet her, but I probably won't be, Anyway, that is not why I'm here. I am babbling. Okay, y'all. I am here to share some very cool information about the upcoming Warriors Convention. We are right around the corner. I actually triggered myself not that long ago. I mentioned that the convention was next month, and my heart started to race. And I was like, oh, that's triggering. And I heard people starting to laugh, but it is triggering knowing we are this close to the convention. We work so super hard to make sure that we offer as many scholarships as possible, that we make this fun, but also educational and informative. And my whole team was sick, all of us. I did the math a couple of days ago, and I realized that within the last 6 to 8 weeks, my team, and there's only about 10 of us, we had 4 major surgical operations amongst us. And I think between us, there was at least 6 hospitalizations. And it was just, we went through a bout of time that was really nerve wracking to me. I don't want the team trying to work through sickness like that, even though I do it all the time. It was like, everybody slow down, please just rest. Please just rest. But it was concerning because, the timing and everything. But here we are. We've made it to the other side, praise God. And it's time for convention. We are just a few weeks out. The convention is July 17th through the 21st, and it is around the corner. You all behind the scenes, please shoot me a message if you can hear baby girl's tablet, because I can turn it down. She's talking to it. Hey, Summer. Shh. Very quiet, baby. That's okay. Don't apologize. All right. So I have some really cool things to share with you. If you've been with us in past years or you joined us last year, you'll know that we do a whole lot at this convention. So we're very, very grateful for the sponsors that come in, the sponsorships that help us to be able to afford all of this. And of course, as usual, this year we're hitting you all with a very university kind of a collegiate feel. It is the Warrior University edition, and we are having our 11th annual Warriors Convention, and the theme is Lead the Way from Patient to Powerhouse. Now, you can go visit sicklecellconvention.org to get more information. We will be at the Westin Atlanta Perimeter North, and we have, of course, as usual, lots of scholarships. It is our goal to help as many people as possible to get there. So, of course, we offer lots and lots of scholarships. We have earmarked 100 rooms for scholarships, which means that they will able to offer scholarships to 200 people, usually more because of families. Lots of times this convention encourages families. I did say 200 because of the roommates, and it's the only way we can really afford to get a lot of people there. And even though we put people, we do roommates and we give scholarships as many as we can, there's always a wait list of people who wanted to attend, but we ran out of scholarships. So I'm starting there just to let everybody know there are still some scholarships available, but you need to go and register right now. I mean, not register, apply for the scholarship right now. Now, anybody living with sickle cell disease and our caregivers, you will automatically get the registration scholarship. There used to be a whole application form and all the different things that went into that. That's not a thing. It's automatically $25. Now, believe it or not, that is a scholarship rate. We did the math, and we are, it's over $400 per person just in food that we're making available to everybody that's there. So we have dropped it down. We would have needed to have charged at least $500 just to cover the baselines per person, but it's automatically $25 for all warriors and your direct caregivers. And a direct caregiver can be a husband, a wife. It can be a child, a cousin, a sibling. It can be a good friend who is a caregiver to you. Now, we also add to this family max out. What that means is sometimes under one roof, a family can be 6, 7, 8 people. And I actually really believe in multi-generation housing. Like great grandma is in her room and Nana's in the kitchen and mom. And I think that is the way to go, community. I know that's not a very Western idea, but if you're living under one roof at $25 a person, that could add up. So we do family max out. All individuals living under one roof will pay no more than $100. So the cost of 4 registrations, and everyone can. To access that, you just email finance, you email Director of Finance, Co-Director of Finance, Doris Bailey at finance at sicklecellconsortium.org, and let her know that you're asking for the family max out. She'll invoice the $100 and then all 8 of you register. Now, we're not going to shove 8 of you into a single room. So you will most likely end up in 2 connecting rooms, and sometimes even more than that, because sometimes we have very large families to join us. I'm talking 7, 8 children, mom and dad and Nana. So the rooming situation is based on who's all registering. So if you have a husband and wife and maybe 3 children, then often they'll be put in 2 separate rooms with a connecting door in between. Anyway, let me not get into the semantics of it, because you'd have to have an adult name on each room, somebody over 18. There's a whole thing. There's a whole process. But what you need to know is that you can go to sicklecellconvention.org and click scholarship, or the tiny URL that's on the screen takes you directly there. I didn't make that one. I think that maybe Sharonda made that code, so it should take you right there. I didn't recognize it, but that's the tiny URL, and apply. Now, there is a requirement of proof of diagnosis, and that can be a whole list of things that you email to our HIPAA certified credentialing specialist, who verifies that, yes, this person has shown proof of diagnosis. And it is necessary because, unfortunately, before we put this into place, we did have people that accessed hotel room and scholarships, and it turns out did not have sickle cell. And that's a space an actual warrior or caregiver could have been in. So that is a thing that we've added, but it is very simple to do. You can do it from your phone. If you're applying from your phone, you can upload it, a picture, an image, a still shot directly from your phone. You can email it later. All kinds of ways to do that. Now, I just jumped right in because scholarships are so important, but I'll give you a bigger overview of the meeting itself. But before I do, if you're a scholarship recipient, I want everybody to understand that that does not include travel. And it also does not, it also is in a single room. You will be asked who would you like to room with, so that we can get the most warriors there as possible. However, if you want your own room, you can book it directly at the hotel, and we've negotiated a rate of $149 a night. And if you try to book it through any other way, the room itself is $2 something a night. So it's much cheaper to go through the link that you can find on our website and book it through us to get that discounted rate for the hotel. If you need a scholarship or would like to apply and are awarded a scholarship, you can choose to be invoiced the other half of that. And, there's taxes and everything, but basically it would be $80 a night. And if you choose to be invoiced for $80 a night and let the consortium cover the other half, the 149 plus the 5 a night, plus there's 2 different taxes that are on there, that the consortium cover half with your scholarship and you choose to do the other half, that is an option as well. The more people that do that, however, it does limit the number of scholarships we can give out because our room block is only so big. But that is an option to any that might want it. So there's the family max out. There's all kinds of ways to access the scholarships. I encourage everybody to get in there and apply now, because we can only give them out until we hit our limit, our total room block. Now, what does a scholarship come with? And is there any way to skip the waitlist line to be pushed to the top? Second question first, absolutely. Golden warriors over the age of 60 and above, and you do have to show age. And that is also because we've had those that tried to access the warrior and were not in the right age group. But golden warriors, if you are over the age of 60, you skip the line, 60. You can skip the line and be offered an automatic scholarship. And for you, and if you are coming with a caregiver that can share that room with you, for you and your caregiver. The caregiver will need to apply for the scholarship as well, list you as their warrior. and your warrior status information will be used for them, so they can do that. And we will make sure that you and your caregiver are able to share a room, and that you will skip the line, and the two of you automatic scholarships. If you are a family with a young warrior who was diagnosed within the last 4 years, so a young warrior age 4 and under skips the line. We are prioritizing the newly diagnosed. We had gifts and information and books for the newly diagnosed families, lots of information to help you find your tribe. Newly diagnosed families, the whole family skips the line, automatic scholarship. Partners, if you're partnered with the Sickle Cell Community Consortium, you can email your partner liaison, Miss Maria Rivera, at scholarships at sicklecellconsortium.org, and say, I'd like to give out scholarships. I want to give one to myself or others. IPCAs, you can give out 2. CBOs, you can give out 4. If you need more than that, you can request it, and as long as space arises, you can give out direct scholarship. If you were awarded a direct scholarship from a partner, you skip the line and you are getting a direct room. So those are a few ways to skip the line and make sure you are guaranteed a scholarship for the upcoming convention. Now, what does scholarship come with? It comes with everything. We're not limiting what you can and cannot access. So if you are awarded a scholarship, it comes with a ticket to the Royal Ball, a ticket to the homecoming, access to everything, and it comes with access to the Warrior All-Stars game night and the expo. And I'll go into all this a little bit more in a moment, but we're doing something new this year. We're doing the T3 Expo. This is the Sickle Cell Treatments, Therapies, and Technologies exhibition. The T3 Expo is an opportunity to go through all of the different booths about sickle cell disease. There is no cost for those who wish to have a booth at the T3 Expo. So anyone doing anything in alternative treatments, nutrition, anything connected to health, on Saturday from noon to 4, you are encouraged and invited to sign up and register for an exhibit booth for the Sickle Cell T3 Expo. Now, there's no cost for you to have a booth. We wanted to get rid of that paywall and put everyone on equal standing. So for the expo, we've got industry coming, lots of them. Pfizer, Vertex, there's the transformative therapies, there's the disease modifying therapies. They'll all have booths. But we also have alternative treatments and therapies, technologies, different groups, different categories, all coming, and there's no cost. So if you are doing something transformative in health, it doesn't have to be a so-called curative therapy. It can be a natural. I think we've got somebody coming that's Reiki, calisthenics, yoga, chair yoga, chairs, and things like that. I believe that I saw one yoga sign up. Of course, at the convention itself, there's also going to be some chair yoga and things, but this is during the expo. If you're doing anything in health to promote health of sickle cell warriors, you are invited to sign up for an expo. We'll grab the link where you can go sign up, but you can sign up for a booth at no cost. We want the sickle cell community to be able to access knowledge about everything. So there's like a company that their feature, their focus is actually exchange transfusions. And they are going to be there to share the technology that they're working on. This is an opportunity. Everybody that is a warrior or caregiver that attends, all people that register for the convention, free access to the expo that day from 12 to 4 on Saturday. Now, the general public is also invited to join, and there is a cost for the general public to come to the expo. But again, no cost to have a booth at the expo. All right. So your scholarship, it comes with all of that, And then, of course, a ticket to the Royal Ball is already included for every member of the family that has a scholarship. Now, of course, if anybody is coming, maybe locals that didn't come to convention and only wants to support the Royal Ball, you can buy tickets to come to the Royal Ball. If there are individuals who want extra tickets, so maybe you're coming to the Royal Ball and you've got a scholarship for you, your husband, your son, or whomever, but you want to invite your best friend who has to work but just wants to come to the ball that Saturday evening, there are tickets available that can be added on to registration for the Royal Ball. And if you're not registering, only coming to that, there are standalone tickets available. This year, we're approaching the Royal Ball as a fundraiser. All funds raised will support the immediate, what's it called? Emergency ERT, Emergency Response Team. That's the team that gives out funds to support your bills, rent, emergency food and water. Like when there's a big storm or a disaster in an area, we partner with our local CBO there, and we've sent like pallets of water and blankets and just anything that can help the families, emergency food cards, just all kinds of things. ERT is the infrastructure committee that runs that. And we give out all kinds of funds every year until we run out. So this fundraiser is supporting the emergency response team. There's also some t-shirts available that you can purchase to support ERT as well. I can tell you more about it, or better yet, let them tell you all about it. So if you're wondering, what is the Royal Ball? Starts Saturday, it's Saturday evening after the expo, after the beauty and sickle cell. And I'll probably pull up the agenda and run through it in a second. But last year, we themed our annual gala the Royal Ball. We've done Warriors of Wakanda. We've done Warriors Around the World. We've had so many different themes. The Royal Ball was really about approaching it from a status of royalty. Our children had on crowns and we introduced them. For example, my family, they were introduced as Prince David, Princess Anna, Princess Ariel, and Prince Caleb of the Royal Walker family as they came in their little crowns. Lots and lots of children. And it was about embracing our inherent royalty as warriors. So it was such a big hit. Afterwards, though, we heard from so many that kept saying, I wish I had been there. I would love to do that. People wore beautiful gowns and suits, and they had crowns, gorgeous. Some people had the gorgeous crowns. I saw absolutely beautiful, beautiful crowns and just outfits. It was just beautiful. So we're doing it again. We're having the Royal Ball. You can dress in whatever era of royalty you want, or you can simply wear a lovely ball gown. We also saw beautiful suits, but then we also saw a little bit more casual. I saw April looked fantastic in her suit, and it was just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And we have tons of crowns. We gave the children, all of them got a crown. We're doing that again. I would love for us to introduce our royal children again. And so that is a thing that we are doing. The entertainment, just fantastic Royal Ball. And your scholarship includes a ticket. It does not stand separately, although it is a fundraiser. That scholarship recipients, I don't think should be blocked from that. In the early years, it was a separate ticket and wasn't included in scholarships. That changed many years ago. So that's your scholarship. Warriors, caregivers, goldens, newly diagnosed, scholarships awarded by partners, all kinds of ways to skip the line. The men have a bucket of scholarships that you can grab one from them. And we have earmarked it so that we're going to be able to give out as many scholarships as possible. All right, I jumped right into scholarships because I really want everyone to know that that's an option. And I really want everybody to know how to go and access it before we run out. It's always heartbreaking when we run out because there's usually so many people. And we do the best we can to get as many as possible there. So go and grab that scholarship ASAP. Southwest is having a discount on flights if you're coming in from a distance. And then, of course, if you're local to Georgia and you are being treated at any of the major clinics, they each have buckets of scholarships that they're welcome to give out to. So Grady and Choa Hughes Spalding and Choa, there's like 3 different Choas, and Kaiser Permanente, just all the different Scottish Rite. I think there's a Choa Scottish Rite. I've been educated. Mia told me that. Grab a scholarship from the social workers. If the social worker isn't sure what you're talking about, tell them to contact us. It means they're not on our list, and they get a bucket of scholarships to give out as well. All right, I could talk on and on about this. It's just that it's so important to me that this meeting, we make it as affordable as possible to as many as possible. And a big part of that is the lodging scholarship, which enables you to skip the line and have your hotel room and tax paid entirely by the consortium. It doesn't include travel, and you automatically get the scholarship for registration. So all warriors and caregivers can register for $25 and not have to worry about the cost of lodging if you get a scholarship and it's approved. So please go ahead, pop in there, apply. The next batch of approvals will be going out on Monday. All right, convention. Jumped right in, but let's go back for a second. What even is the convention? The Warriors Convention is something we've been doing for, as you can see on the screen, this is our 11th year. It started with Sickle Cell Warriors, Inc. I was the founding director of finance there. Research. I'm sorry, I said finance, director of research. And we started the consortium, well, not the consortium, the convention together, Tosin and I. That first year, we went on a cruise, and it was fantastic. Lots of wonderful memories. That second year, we did it in Atlanta, and it went from a handful of people that first year to, I think, at least 80 by year 2. I think we were slightly under 100 that second year in Atlanta, and it jumped from there. We were originally discussing doing every other year a cruise and alternating that with on land, but we never did do another cruise after that. I think another group actually started organizing warrior cruises. So those wanting that experience still could, and we have been online ever since. Although I have a goal and a dream of taking a group of us on a cruise, and I just have all kinds of thoughts in my head, but it's a little bit different, and I won't go into that right now. But it's really, anyway, it's a different idea entirely. But for now, we go from place to place, from state to state, based on where this community votes. We didn't vote last year, so we didn't vote last year for next year. We vote 2 years out, which means this year at the business meeting at the end of the convention, we're going to have to vote for the next 2 locations for 2025 and 2026. I know a lot of people have sent in so many different thoughts and ideas. The vote will be streamed. It'll be easiest to be there in person on Sunday for the vote, but we will be streaming the discussion and then asking everyone to vote for the next 2 years so that we can go on and lock in locations. So it moves around. It was created by warriors and caregivers for warriors and caregivers. And it's expanded since then so that there's education about trait. There's education specifically designed for men. And the men, they have some amazing sessions coming. Clayton Andrews sent some very cool stuff over about the men. So men, male warriors, the Men's Action Network, MAN, Sickle Man, the Men's Action Network, they are doing cool things. And some of those sessions are literally men only. I think there's 2. I think there's at least 2 that are men only. One of them is the luxury of emotion for sickle cell men, which I think is deep. That's powerful. I don't know what you all will be doing in there, not being allowed in, but I'm excited about it for you. And another is mental health check-in, MEN. health. So that's going to be super amazing as well. There's Warriors After Dark for men only. There's different things that we do for the men. The consortium's convention has multiple things in place for all the different ages groups. So if you have a young one, there's a free nursery that you can drop your children off in the morning, and you must pick them up by the end of the last session at 4. And that is designed, it's a free nursery. So if you have warriors between 2 and 5, and depending on how deep they are into 5, they might be able to just come to the Children's Track 1. Children's Track 1 are our warriors and caregivers and anybody that's there. You don't just have to have sickle cell. Anyone there between the ages of 2 and 5 are able to check in, take the photo, do the security. There's a whole process for who can and cannot pick up the child and all of that. But you can drop them off at the nursery, ages 2 to 5. Children's Track 1, so CT1, is ages 6 to 11 question mark, don't quote me on that. And then Children's Track 2 is 12 to 15, don't quote me on that. And then the young adults are 16 to 22. And there's sessions specifically created for those that are there for each of these groups. Fun, activities, lots of education. There will also be sessions that are workshops, very much hand-on learning. We have direct presentations. We have the fireside chat. If you were there last year, I think last year was our first year. It was during a fireside chat. That is a room that's designed much more comfortably with sofas and chairs. It's about relaxing and having a good conversation with those in that breakout. The convention has lots of education. This year, we're coming at you with a very collegiate theme. And that collegiate theme is with the Warrior University. We have divided it into 4 houses of learning. And so a lot of the sessions will not all fall completely, but most of them will fall into 4, what we're calling houses of learning. Those, and you can belong to a house or not. You can just go to whatever sessions you want. This year, we're really with the theme of patient to powerhouse, lead the way, patient to powerhouse. We're putting how you create your experience in your hand. You will have in your hands, you'll have the, what is it called? Our program book looks a lot like a college curriculum, not just the curriculum, but the outline of all the different classes. And there's House 1, Creative Arts. There will be sessions of music, painting, creative writing, video production. That's the creative arts and other things. House 2, Health Sciences and Research. That has all the sessions that's a focus on medical, biological health, care, and treatment. House 3, the Social Sciences. That's all of the things like mental health, burnout, the kinds of conversations that deal with human behavior in various aspects. That's House 4, Social Sciences. And House 5, Physical Health and Education. This is a little new, but this year we are putting in an effort to include physical health, activities, gym, lots of different physical activities, and how we can be athletic and we can be physical as long as we take the right precautions. So there's some really fantastic things happening. We're so delighted to be partnering with our Georgia partners, and it's a lot of them that are joining us. Sickle Cell Foundation of Georgia, Sickle Cell Awareness 365, Clayton's Counseling, so Andrew's Counseling, SCAR, Sickle Cell Awareness Ride is joining us. Lockhart Morgan Foundation is joining us. I know I'm blanking, and forgive me, but there's so many of our partners joining us. And then the As One Foundation is coming back to work with us on trait education, and then to add that new kind of twist to it, they're doing some things with athleticism and physical health and physical education with us. We are really very excited to be partnering with Through the Pain and Dima and Wumi are doing some very cool very cool sessions about transformative therapies and mental health. That's a side of this that we often don't focus on. There's a mental health side to getting a bone marrow transplant or undergoing gene therapy. The meeting is, what is it called? Hybrid. So for those that cannot be there in person, sessions will be streamed so that you can listen and participate virtually. There'll also be some activities and games for the virtual audience, opportunity to still win prizes and engage with each other and engage with us. And so there's both sides of it that will be there, and you can pick your experience, come in person or join us virtually. So I've said a whole lot because there's so much very, very cool sessions and things coming that's all connected to this. Let me go back very quickly to the agenda and make sure that I have told you, and then I'll go over to my toolkit. The date is once again the 17th through the 21st. Wednesday, the 17th is when of July, of course. Wednesday, the 17th is when we anticipate most people joining us. Our scholarship recipients, your hotel will begin Wednesday. You all will be able to come and join us for the Warriors University orientation. So the reception is going to look more like a collegiate orientation, and it will have a campus carnival theme. And then Warriors, so check in person, virtual check in starts at noon. The in person check in starts at 3. Exhibitors and exhibit booths, you are welcome. If you are a partner, your booth is free. If you are a warrior or caregiver, but not a partner, your booth is very expensive, and it's inexpensive to have the entire time. I want to say it might be $50, and it's for all of the days to have that booth. Expo booths are free. That's Saturday from noon to 4. So we have the check-in, and then that evening we'll have our campus carnival, and then Warriors After Dark that night. That one is going to be combined. We're looking to do a film and some conversation. Then we go into Thursday. There will be breakfast available only to the children and their families. So we will encourage others, if you are, for you to have breakfast. You could go on and enjoy the breakfast at the hotel or order in, but there will only be breakfast. I want to stress that we do have breakfast for our children and their families. So unfortunately, breakfast is not included in the convention this year. We'll have our Wake Up Wellness workshops, opening plenary from patient to powerhouse. We're going to have a community conversation, sponsored lunch. We're going to hear, and I am so excited about this, from Dr. Kadeem Gale, our newest warrior doctor. And I'm so excited to hear from him. We'll break out into our breakout rooms, workshops, fireside chats, presentations, children track, of course, will be going after breakfast. Couple hours of free time. You can choose to join the dancers to learn the dance. You can choose to help us with the service project, which is something we do every year. The service project this year is about gathering school supplies for Atlanta's children that might need them, and about gathering hygiene kits for Atlanta's homeless. And we'll ask you all to feel free to donate some items. It would be very helpful if you choose to stick around and help us create bags at some point, probably Friday during the free time. And then that evening, the first evening special activity is Warrior All Stars. It is going to be a family game night. It does have a superhero sort of sci-fi theme, so you're welcome to come in your cosplay. We'll have masks and capes and things for the children. And we are going to have a fantastic Warrior All Stars trivia and other games. If you've been before, you'll know we set up the video games. We set up giant Jenga and huge Connect Four and all kinds of games for this part. Warriors After Dark that night, Thursday night, is divided into women and then men. And then we go into Friday. Lots of same setup, breakfast for the children and their families, an opening, a morning plenary, community conversation, sponsored lunch, a session on community priorities, and then our breakouts. It all ends by 4. couple of hours of free time where you can do some of the free time activities we'll have available, or just rest or go and see more of Atlanta. And then that evening is the homecoming, Warrior University homecoming. This was so fun last year. We had the fraternities and sororities join us. We had the step team and we had the band, and it was amazing. And we're very excited now that we're here where there's so many HBCUs for this HBCU themed Patient to Powerhouse homecoming. That night, Insomnia Warriors After Dark will be the Insomniac Cafe, where Warriors will be invited to just chat and hang out leading into Saturday. Saturday is a different kind of day where, after the children's track breakfast and morning wellness wake up workshops, we're going right into a few breakouts. You will have the opportunity to sign up for fireside chats with private sessions that you can sign up for with some sponsors. Fulcrum would like to hear from you all. Nova Nordis has a conversation scheduled with you all. Vertex and Pfizer do. There will be so many different opportunities to connect with industry if that's something you'd like to do. We'll have our physical health activities, painting, music therapy, and then the expo. Again, that ticket is included. The expo is going to be a blast. If you want a booth, it is free, but you do need to sign up. And then all of the volunteers and the people that come in for the Jasmine Rivera Beauty and Sickle Cell, as they have been for the last several years, will be on site. They do everything from touching up dreads and doing hair to doing makeup. I don't know if anybody's coming this year that does nails. I think we've had them in the past, though. Lots of good things. Go get beautified, get dressed, and get ready for cocktail hour starting at 7 and the Royal Ball and Awards Gala starting at 8. One more thing I do want to tell you is there most likely won't be Warriors After Dark after the ball, because that tends to run late and people then want to hang out. But there might be, if that's something you all want. And then Sunday, usually Sunday is just a big buffet. Grab some food and catch your plane home. After we do the business meeting and the close, where we vote on where we're going for the next 2 years this go round. But then we are inviting the faith-based community to join us at 3:30. So after church, to come on out and have dinner with us and the community. We're encouraging anybody to maybe book your flight a little bit later and come on out. If you are a person of faith and you want to join the faith-based initiative for a dinner with faith-based leaders Sunday afternoon after church from 3:30 to 5. Come. Your scholarship or registration ticket includes a ticket to this late early dinner, and we encourage anybody that wants to be part of that to come and join the faith-based initiative for an early dinner with Atlanta's faith-based community. So I have been talking forever. I don't know if there are questions on Facebook or inside of here. Actually, I guess they wouldn't be here on Facebook, or if I've missed anything from you all. But I think I went over quite a bit of information. There might be a little bit more that I could say. For the most part, you can find out more by visiting sicklecellconvention.org, or go to any of our social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, or go to the Warrior Network. There might be a commercial or advertisement in there. I'm not certain. And if you'd like a toolkit to help advertise this, Sharonda and Kiara are fabulous social media. Kiara, our social media manager, they've got some really great things. If you've got if you're a partner and want to request direct scholarships, the ability to give out direct scholarships, make sure you send an email to Maria at scholarships with an S at sicklecellconsortium.org to reach out and learn more about how you can help us with the marketing and letting people know. You can contact Kiara at media-marketing at sicklecellconsortium.org. If you've got questions about the event, or if you are virtual and you have tech support questions, you can contact tech support at sicklecellconsortium.org. I've given you the link to the main site, and there you can find the links to everything else: registration, scholarships, expo, to buy tickets if you're not coming to convention, or to sign up for a booth during the expo, the Royal Ball. Again, tickets are included. You do not need to buy one if you are a warrior or caregiver. If you have a scholarship, still included. I think I talked to you a little bit about the young adults, and the men are work we do with our children or next generation. So we've got nursery, children, next gen, young adults, and then adult. And everybody can access the scholarships. There's where you can vend, still online, and still online, family. And then we talked about the special events, Warriors After Dark. If you're into gaming, video game is your thing, and you're virtual, we will be doing some video games with the virtual audience during family game night, as well as other virtual gaming activities. So just to let you know, we have not forgotten our virtual audience. There's a lot of things planned for you all. Now, this was a very long overview. I ended up being far more thorough than I maybe needed to, and we are doing this again. Looks like we're live, and it just says pop up. I think I shared it with a little bit more, and it's just, our information about the upcoming convention. I won't trigger myself by counting the days, but just know it is very soon, July 17th through the 21st. Uh-oh. Somehow I'm hearing myself. So, team, if you want to ask any questions, if anybody there wants to sponsor a warrior, there's an option for that. Okay, but you have to look this way. Just don't stop, baby. I'll hold you, but let's not say hello to the world. It's late. I got to put my baby to bed. So, any questions? I felt like I was quite thorough. I feel like I was super, super thorough. I know. You need to go sleep. You need to go sleep? Oh, when the baby tells you she needs to go to sleep, we got to take the baby to bed. It is very, very late. Okay. Stop it, sweetie. Don't look at the camera. It's all right. Why don't you let Nana hold you? Go to Nana. All right. If there are no questions, then I feel like we did it. I feel like I went through everything. There's still much more I could talk about. And I always tell the team they should let like Kiera or Sharonda or Dominique do these sessions, because I am the boring one. You know what I mean? Like, if you guys want to have a conversation about epigenetic modifications and the social determinants of health, that was my idea of a joke earlier today with the team. They are the ones that can like help you to get the vibe, because it is a very fun meeting. Lots of fun activities. Sharonda is opening up our store this year, and so there's just going to be so many cool ways to connect. So I encourage you to come out, check out Kiera's Kicking It with Kiera, because she has all kinds of great guests. That's how I found out that our own Kadeem Gale is Dr. Kadeem Gale. I am so breathtakingly proud of him. That is just so amazing. If there's, however, no other questions and nothing that you all have for me, I'm going to shut it down. I will go back over to where I'm supposed to be to see if the behind the scenes team has told me anything in the chat. And if not, we'll leave this up for anybody that wants to go through and listen to this almost hour-long rant about all that we're doing. Next, don't count. Very soon, July 17th through the 21st. And that's it. I think we're planning to go live, give out some prizes, talk more, answer your questions, give everybody a little bit of notice that it's coming. I think that's happening sometime in the upcoming week. So hopefully I'll see you all there. And if you have any questions, don't forget to reach out. The team, I'm very, very grateful for. There's a whole 10 of us now. Everybody working on different aspects that can get your questions answered.